Hey everybody, welcome back. Polyester here, and we're going to continue on with part 4 of What Remains of Edith Finch. Okay, so we've investigated how Gregory and Gus passed away, and now we're going to go up the rock wall over here. We'll see what other kinds of ways they can torture us to kill children with poisonous holly berries or drowning babies. I mean, I know they're not making me actually poison or drown children. It's just you have to go through to find out what happened to them. They're already gone. There's no saving them.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Okay. Huh. Nice. India. That must be where she met Sanjay, her husband, right?
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
I can see how it would. Okay, so that's going to be the way out. Dawn and Sanjay.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
That's cool. Copy passport for volunteer center. Meet with relief rep. After school teaching. Pack. Fly to India. June 1987. 10 ways to teach critical thinking. Critical thinking. That's something lacking nowadays, isn't it? Critical thinking. All right, here we go. We're helping hands create safe places. Relieve, provide, and sustain. Thank you. It's rewarding work. Selfless, rewarding work, I would say. That's it. I'm going out. Cool fireman pole. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's do it. Whee! Nice. All right. I just wanted to do the fireman pole. I guess that's if you realize you forgot something and it won't let you climb down the rock wall. So you have to use the fireman pole to get back down. Look at me, putting the poor 22-week pregnant mother-to-be through the rock wall again. Yeah, you can't go back down, right? Oh, you can. You can. No. Don't, just come up. Up. So you don't have to use that. What's that, golf clubs? What am I looking at here in the corner? Hangers, and I can't make that out. Okay, I thought there was going to be something else here, but I guess there isn't, so we're just going on out.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
This looks a little precarious here. So that's busted. All right, here we go.
When
So
my dad
cool.
died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Everybody got their own planter box.
And to see kids in the house again.
Drew castles on all his pots. Mint, thyme, sage, basil. What did I do with mine? Looks like tomatoes. Little irrigation system going here.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Look at the view up here.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Are we homeschooled? What is this? Our family history, fact or fiction, multiplication tables. Assume nothing, respect criticism, analyze objectively, never stop learning, ask tough questions. Man, right in a nutshell, there's some mottos for you, huh? Analyze objectively, never stop learning, learning all the time. Assume nothing, respect criticism, and ask tough questions. What's the most difficult one, do you think, out of that? Respect criticism? That's probably the most difficult one, to not be defensive when someone is critical of you and objectively analyze what they're saying. All right. Reading is a hoot! So cool. Lewis rules.
But it didn't last.
Relief efforts end in disaster. Hundreds of relief volunteers are injured or dead after the effects of a second earthquake. Is that, that must be what happened to Sanjay. She wrote a book, To Teach and to Learn, 7 Ways to Create a Fulfilling Classroom by Dawn Finch. Yeah, it looks like they homeschooled.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Okay, it looks like it doesn't want me to go up there yet. Looks like it wants me to go across first, so I'm going to do that. Ah, Milton's room.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
So how would I go about getting in here? Looks like fairly easily. This is the easiest one of them all. So cool. In we go. Come on, Edith. I think that's a baby bump. I mean, obviously she's pregnant, but I think that was a clue. Look at how cool this is.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
I thought there was something lit up over here. Or is it? Oh, it's on the... Okay. So if I want to go back down. Look at that palette. It's a well-used palette, wouldn't you say? Alright, what is this? Milton Finch in the magic paintbrush. So cool.
Milton Finch in the magic paintbrush.
Hmm. Is it a flip book? What do you do? It is a flip book. It's a flip book within a flip book. And this is the door painting that's over there, right? Can I look at it again? Okay, so
I was
who...
4 when Milton disappeared.
So we have Lewis, Dawn, and Edie are left, yeah? So, I don't know, we might finish this by the end. Okay, I wanted to see if I could pause in the middle there where it said "achoo" if there was like a clue of something, but it won't let me look at it again, so it must not be. Milton! There we go.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Oh, you gotta come out this way. Get down. This is like the one from the flip book. Nothing in behind it. That's the way we came in. This is cool. And this is even cooler. Quite the little budding architect Milton was. Okay, so the footprints go from the door to here. Are there footprints up? Not really, no. Oh, I have a ring around my neck, looks like. I didn't notice that before. Okay, back out the way I came.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Up we go.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Is this Lewis's room? There's another sealed door here.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Lewis.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
So I just got the closer look achievement. I think that's only the 3rd achievement that I've gotten. Closer look must mean I've looked through every peephole, I'm guessing. I think there's only like 9 achievements in the whole game. Okay, so that way, get into the boat. Whoa! We got ourselves a dead end here. Alright, into the boat we go. Wow. Hey, I got an idea. Let's put a boat up on top of the house precariously, and that'll be my room. Or we could just unlock some of these rooms that are sealed that nobody goes in, and I could live in one of those. Looks like we got ourselves a hookah.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
He passed on his love of weed to his little sister. How sweet. Okay, exit. Alright, apparently it is an exit. Oh, I don't want to go out. Don't make me go out. I didn't mean to go all the way out. Okay, what is this? A terrarium here? Stop going out. I want to look. Stop going out. I'm trying to look at the freaking tank. Poor pregnant lady up and down the stairs. Alright, here we go. Looks like a terrarium of some sort. Psychedelic. What's in that box? Video games. What do we got here? The Wonderland Turbo. I love that system. That's like my favorite system.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot. High school diploma. Orca Island Regional High School. So he actually went to a regular high school. He wasn't homeschooled. Alright, fridge, no. Grad cap. Sealed door. Theodore's Quality Cigars. Lewis was well known for his cigar smoke. Yeah, that's right. Alright, let's do it, Lewis. Red Solo Cup. Sweet, could you imagine gaming up with this view? It'd be amazing. You have your game system here, this view. Top notch. Okay, Lewis. Lay it on me.
Dear Mrs. Finch, As Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
I have to can fish.
He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved.
Am I gonna cut my hand off because I'm not paying attention?
And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Wow.
But he took it very seriously.
It's kind of weird to do both of these at once.
I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
I don't like the sound of
And one day
that.
it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Where do I go
begged him
now?
to stay,
Oh.
but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
I'm leaving
Conquer a
Lewistopia.
city, then immediately push on. New Louisville, St. Louis.
I don't like that it's blocking out more of my cannery job.
We started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Mom! Oh, man.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
Oh, I have to pick here?
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
I don't want serpents.
radiant rainbows.
Oh, I missed one.
He followed the sound of her
Let's go with the sitar.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh man, I can't see the blade at all.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Oh my god, they're building up. I feel like I'm gonna get caught in the machinery.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Wow. This is the cannery, I'm assuming? Is this my locker? This is my locker. What do I do here?
He began to forget the world we know.
Wow, this is wild. Oh my gosh. visually stunning.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Come on. Am I supposed to go up there? It would seem so. I don't know, like, you are who you are. You have to make the most of your opportunities, and you can't escape from life. You know, you have to just make the most of what you have. I mean, if he feels like this is a dead-end job, then work on getting a better job. Because the answers aren't in the bottom of that pipe. Look at my shadow. That's crazy. Okay, here we go.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who had insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
If that's not a guillotine, I don't know what is. I have to put my head in it.
Bend down his head.
Oh, I don't want to do this.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
So he put his head in the fish chopper. Wow.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
I think that one upsets me the most because, you know, all these other ones were accidents. But for Lewis to have done that to himself, I mean, granted, he may have had a psychotic break where he was detached from reality. I mean, you could make that argument for some of these other characters being detached from reality. But, yeah, that one upsets me the most. And, like, I don't know, if you're out there and you feel like you're in a dead-end job and you don't want to be here anymore, like, don't do yourself in, because I guarantee there's people in your life who don't want to see you go. And suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And there's always a better way. That's a rough one. Man. Yeah, and if anybody's ever feeling like that, you know, I wish they would talk to somebody and get help. Don't deal with this stuff on your own. Oh, wow.
He was so proud of being Indian.
Yeah.
I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch. On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Packing peanuts. Bubble wrap.
But I understand why we left.
These are like leaf rubbings. Yeah, if my son had done that, I don't think I'd want a can of that salmon in the house. I don't think I'd ever want to see a can of that salmon ever again.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Disaster relief vest. Bunch of her books.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Man, we're so high up.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Okay. Looks like we might finish this game in this part. Okay, you guys ready? I'm not. I don't really want it to be over. Alright, let's see where we go. It's a feather pen?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
So they're in here. And I have to go open my present in the hallway.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Don't knock over any candles. I mean, I guess we'd know if the place had been on fire.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
Can I climb up here?
I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
The night you were born. Valhalla? Like Valhalla? The mysteries and death and the afterlife. Milton and Lewis. That bird. History of the Finches, the houses. Looks like there's a bed there. Okay, what's this?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Like, enough to expose the house?
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Okay, I gotta go down there. Solar freaking roadways!
There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Uh-oh.
I got turned around.
Dang it. I kept going straight.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
I hear the bell. Where's the light? This way.
Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
Mom!
Edith! Mom's gonna rip it out!
What?
I tried to scream, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Bugger.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
This is cool. I'm actually in control of my hand.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Life is too short. Without a doubt.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh, man. I thought I was gonna get to go back and read the rest of Edie's story. The end of everything. Achievement unlocked. Is there a way I could have gotten the book away from her? I wanted to see in the old house. Is Milton still alive? We don't know. What a cool game. Now I'm gonna have to look and research if there's alternate endings or what. But, I don't know. Thanks, Johan. Achievement unlocked. Johan Lee, audio and unlockables programmer. If I'm taking anything away from this, it's that life's too short. Spend time with your older family members. They have wisdom they can impart on you. They have more life experience. They have stories to tell. And listen to them while they're still here. And you'll be glad that you did. And also, if you are feeling down, talk to somebody about it. Don't keep that inside and take matters into your own hands to make whatever pain you're feeling end, because I guarantee the people in your life don't want that for you. You just need to reach out and get the help. Wow, that was a cool game. I wanted to know about Edie and the present mom. What a beautiful game, though. Just so stunning visually. So Edith died at the house there the day that we explored it, But, or she must have died in childbirth when the kid was born, right? Because he was only 22 months, so he wouldn't have survived out in the middle of nowhere if we fell off the top of the house or something. Ah! One of those games that leaves you asking questions. Sometimes I like everything tied up in a nice little bowl for my puny brain. Trick or treat smell my feet. Alvinos. The end. The replay a story option is now available. Okay. Edie? So if I click Edie, replay Edie.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Oh, this globe was what was putting all the letters on the ceiling. I didn't notice that before.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Okay, so I doubt it's probably not going to be a way for
the
me
power
to...
had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
It's probably not going to change, right? I'm not going to be able to.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear,
Skip to the page where I was.
so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house.
I'm sure it's not going to be any different. I don't know.
There'd been an earthquake out
I don't
in
even
the
know why I'm
middle
doing
of the
this.
ocean.
I should have just signed off with you guys and
They
then just
called
Googled it.
The lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
I'm just going straight. There's no way I can get lost.
I got turned around. I started seeing things. things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But
The
when
game
I
style with the
saw
text
them,
is just a
I
really
felt
cool feature too.
old
Really enjoyed.
That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Yeah, look at the house. And then when I look down to the gate and look back up,
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
get out of here, Mom.
It's
Give me the
not-
book.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Don't I have the good half though? I don't get
I
it.
kicked and screamed, but
Yeah.
Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
All right. So, I guess you can't change it. That's the way it is. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to do a little bit of Googling after this to see if there's anything else worth going through the replay value on. And if there is, I may make another video out of it. But I'm assuming that I won't. I think we've reached our conclusion here. So I really enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. And thanks for watching. And be good to each other. And take care of yourself. And we'll talk to you next time. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.